Britain's emergency bikers are the lone rangers of the road. They scythe through the most congested traffic in Europe to get help where it's most needed, fast.
Go, go, go.
In the battle to save and protect lives, they can be first on scene. And the minute they arrive, we're right there with them. Coming up on Emergency Bikers. When a runaway driver gets dirty, the cops get tough.
These guys don't play when they get pushed into a corner.
A surfer's in trouble on a remote beach.
Nice deep breath, mate. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
A man's in agony with mystery chest pain.
Always treat for the worst case scenario.
And one man thinks Ackers isn't finding him enough.
Put me 1,000.
Here, look.
It's cheap.
150.
Cheap.
Yeah, it is cheap. Yeah.
Put me 1,000.
Yorkshire, a late autumn afternoon. On patrol, PC Martin Smith. Smithy's riding around York when he gets an urgent radio call.
Have we got the other units there, Grimston?
All available traffic cops are being called to the east of York. A van's failed to stop for a roadside check in the city and is now speeding through the suburbs. A police Land Rover is in pursuit as the van heads out of town. Smithy's heading north up the A64 to help intercept the van. Just up ahead, fellow traffic cop Ian McKenzie is also heading to the scene.
Trying to slow him down, but he's obviously
not doing as we're asking him to do. We're on down here at 12:37. Yeah, stand by, throwing things out at us, throwing things out. Yeah.
The men in the van are now hurling stuff out of the back in a bid to stop the police.
There's a bike thrown out at us.
They'll have to block them. For once, Smithy must hold back. As a lone biker cop, he's too vulnerable to take them on.
Yeah, the back door open, looks to be a motorbike. I can start the bike out, that is, stand by.
Suddenly, the van makes a turn, and now it's even more vital it's stopped.
Back towards New York! Yeah, 166.
If the van reaches the city, anyone on the streets could be in danger. The cops need to end this, fast. An unmarked police car's moved in front of the van to try and slow it down. They're heading for a roundabout with slip roads down to the A64. But Ian's not far away, and it's closing in.
Coming to the roundabout now, stand by.
He leaves the dual carriageway and readies himself to force the van to stop. But the van driver has other ideas. With the police on his tail, he heads the wrong way around the roundabout.
Right across the roundabout, wrong side towards us, Baldock side, against the flow of traffic.
But in the nick of time, Ian's moved into position to block his escape route.
Yeah, 2-1, we're back on the wrong side, we're back to surrounders. Stand by, stand by. We're getting on there, Greg.
The police are armed with tasers. All three lads are finally under arrest. Smithy can now join the action. As senior officer, he takes charge of the scene.
Take the handcuffs off, I'm not going to run or anything.
Listen to me.
You can,
listen. Right,
yeah,
shush. You're under arrest, so the cuffs are staying on. What I'm going to do is going to put them to the front, do you understand?
Yeah.
You make any sudden movement, you'll be taken back down to the floor, do you understand?
I understand, man. I'm not going to move her out.
Right? Do not make any sudden movements, mate. Stand by. Rammers in there, eh? Rammers in there. No, we did an early intervention. Because the man are driving with against him. Listen,
yeah.
Because you're driving into opposing traffic and throwing stuff out the back at us, which you did, right? A motorbike at my vehicle, you throw out the back of there.
Smithy must gather all the evidence.
Where were you sat in there? In the back. Behind the seats. The back.
Which vehicles are involved in the actual damage? This one?
The damage, this one and this one. Mine was fine.
CID cops have now joined Smithy and will take the trio in for questioning.
Depending how things progress, the next stage will be they will be interviewed about whatever it is they've been doing, including the pursuit. There's certainly a motorcycle involved being thrown out the back of that somewhere, which I would strongly suspect is stolen. You don't tend to throw your own motorbike out the back of a van. CID may wish to speak to them about other things that I know nothing about. And certainly the driver will be looking at a dangerous driving. You've got the fail to stop aspect for the police, but by the time he decides to go round that roundabout the wrong way, bearing in mind it's middle of the afternoon on a weekday, I would turn around to you and say on the face of that, that's dangerous.
What's your head? Take a seat.
Well, you've seen what he's done here. You've seen the way he came around the roundabout the wrong way round. You know, these guys don't play when they get pushed into a corner.
Smithy reviews the video evidence captured in Ian's patrol car.
As a motorcyclist, I'm completely vulnerable, but there's no way I'd go anywhere near it because I'm just going to get, at best, injured, at worst, killed. Some people will go for it for a bit, decide they can't outrun you, they'll stop. Some people use the car as a weapon, some people throw things at you. You just don't know, that's the problem. Once it starts, the sky's the limit.
In court, the driver of the van pleaded guilty to failing to stop, dangerous driving, and theft of a motor vehicle. His passengers pleaded guilty to causing danger to other road users, handling stolen goods, and one of them pleaded guilty to possession of drugs. The driver of the van was sent down for 12 months and banned from driving for 2 years. His 2 passengers were sentenced to 10 months youth custody. Cornwall, one of the 4 counties covered by the South Western Ambulance Service, and home to some of Europe's best surfing beaches. In his time, biker paramedic Keith Moran has enjoyed the thrill of riding the waves.
I used to surf, but I don't get the time to do it now so much with the young family growing up. When they're only babes in arms, you can't leave your kiddie in a bouncy chair and go out to sea for a couple of 3 hours. I wish I could do it more.
But it's not a sport to be trifled with. The sea's powerful, with riptides that can take you out in seconds. A 999's just come in. A woman walking her dog has found a surfer lying injured on the beach. Keith's 10 miles away, but knows all the shortcuts on his patch. He goes straight through a caravan park to get close to the beach. In just 10 minutes, he's arrived, first on scene. The sand's too soft to take him and his bike any further. He needs to scan the beach for his patient.
I'll look down onto the beach to see if I can see anyone from here. Looks like his friend's carrying him up on his back at the moment, but he's still about half a mile away by the looks of it.
It's a long walk out for Keith, but an even longer walk back with the stretcher. He calls for backup.
Yeah, 642. This gentleman is still actually on the beach. Is the air ambulance available if needed, over?
The air crew are ready and willing to go.
Yeah, 0642. Considering the location, I think the air ambulance would be a good idea, over.
Thanks very much, Keith.
Yeah, Roger, thank you. Hello, buddy. Oh, my name's Keith. What can I call you?
Mark.
Hi, Mark. Right. Tell me what happened.
Surfing. Wiped out. Went over the fall.
Mark's board crashed into him, the cause of 2/3 of all surfing accidents.
Thanks very much, Keith.
Well, I'm assuming it is a broken bone, so...
Well, we'll have a look. What we've got is the air ambulance is on its way. How keen are you on your wetsuit?
Cut it off.
Yeah, so well, I'll get rid of your boot. Cop hold of that one for me, please. Right, yeah, that's looking quite good there, isn't it?
Looks quite good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Mark's ankle is misshapen and swollen. Any of the 7 bones in it could be broken. It must be immobilised to prevent any further injury. He's in pain and needs gas and air.
You start taking nice deep breaths on there. It takes 2 to 3 minutes to start to work. Only works while you're actually taking it. Can make you feel a bit lightheaded, giggly, that sort of thing. All right?
As long as it gets through that pain.
Yeah, okay, you go for that to start, mate, okay?
Keith must now carefully cut Mark's boot to get to his ankle.
Not overly, right. Okay then, Mark, nice deep breath, mate. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Said he heard crevices as well.
Yeah.
Grinding.
So it does look, doesn't it?
It's like broken, doesn't it? Yeah, it's a proper job.
Still doing all right? Yeah, well done, buddy.
Crepitus means grinding and grating of bone on bone, a sure sign of a break.
Cool. Well done, mate. Okay, go for it. Yeah, that's superb. Is that stuff working all right?
Yeah, one way to ruin a good service.
Nice deep breath, that's it. Keep going on that. Right, what we're going to do now is just suck the air out of this thing and it just goes solid around your ankle. Okay?
Yep.
Broken bones can sever blood vessels. Keith needs to check Mark's circulation.
Just going to give your toe a squeeze. Decent circulation.
A quick pinch, and Mark's toe turns pink. His blood flow is fine.
All we need now is the sun.
But there's a real risk of hypothermia. Mark's wetsuit kept him warm in the water, but in this biting cold and on the chilled sand, evaporation is cooling his body faster than it can generate heat.
It's getting a bit colder anymore.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wind drying the suit out.
Yeah, that's it.
If he gets too cold, he could go into shock. Keith must keep him warm.
Nige, can you open that one up and wrap it around him for us, please? Pain in your ankle, 1 being no pain, 10 being the worst you can think of. Where you put it on the sliding scale? 6. So it's about 6.
Yeah, I can handle it.
Yeah, you can handle it. That gas is helping. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, love.
It's like a throb. It's like a animal. It's like a throbbing pain.
Okay.
Someone's kicked you as hard as they can.
Yeah.
10 minutes later, the Cornwall Air Ambulance arrives from its base at Newquay Airport, 30 miles north.
Let's say if you feel like you need some more pain relief, don't be stoic and say, you know, I'm okay, take it. Which is going to go underneath you. Yep. We'll hoist you up then and get you in the back, load you up and enjoy your flight. Okay?
Thanks, Keith.
Okay, all the best. You take care. All right, so we'll give you a bell later on to get off.
Yeah.
Right?
Thank you.
Surfing is among the world's 10 most dangerous sports. Experienced surfers like Mark know to have a buddy, and it's not the first time Keith has picked up the pieces.
Surfers do sustain a few injuries. It's usually when the board comes into contact. They get hit by the skegs on the bottom of the board and suffer, you know, deep lacerations over the arms, back of the head. They can cut through you like a knife. They come in at a fair rate and lots, and when it hits you, it can just slice you open, wetsuit and all. Summertime, there's a heck of a lot more surfers down here, so the water gets really busy, and you've got a higher risk then of being in collision with somebody else. You've got lots of inexperienced surfers out there as well, but the boys that surf this time of year, they can look out for one another, as you just saw. To get him to where he was, it's good surf. Get him to where he was, let's say it's just a good all-round effort.
Essex, early Thursday afternoon. The roads are busy and reports are coming in of an accident. On patrol, biker cop John Harmon. 3 cars have collided just north of the Dartford crossing. John sweeps through the traffic. A Mercedes with 3 people in it has hit a Rover, which has gone into a people carrier with children aboard. John checks in with fellow cop Den.
Galaxy's stationed at the front. That's coming down here. He's gone in the side of that and then ended up in the back of the Galaxy.
So it's got come across that.
I don't know at the moment. I'll get a bit more out of the 2 other drivers.
The Rover driver's sure he saw a bottle of tequila thrown from the Mercedes after the crash, and he's not a happy man.
Car's written off, or because of some drunken afternoon drinker. Alive. You know, that's one good thing.
The occupants of the Mercedes are all Romanian, and the man who says he was the driver is very unsteady.
My heart is dead.
But there's some confusion about whether or not the man was behind the wheel. The other drivers say they saw him jump out of the back of the car.
Okay, have either of you had a drink today?
While John deals with the other drivers, Den tries to get to the bottom of the man's story.
I'm sorry. Yes.
Why am I being told by one of the other drivers that you got out the back?
Speedway.
The man is the only one insured to drive the Merc and insists he was at the wheel. For now, Den has no choice but to take his word for it. But now he needs to do a routine breath test.
Today? No. Nothing at all?
No. Maybe one salad with...
How long ago did you have your last drink? It's 3 o'clock now.
No, 4 hours.
About 4 hours, okay.
The drivers of the other vehicles have passed their breath tests. Now it's the alleged driver's turn.
Okay, nice deep breath and blow. Hands. A nice deep breath. Keep going. Keep going. Oh, hold on. Take a deep breath, watch me. Breathe in. No, you seal your lips around the tube, okay? You understand? Breathe in.
Hey, suffering. How much time?
Failure to supply a breath sample is a criminal offence.
It's important that you blow properly, otherwise you are going to be arrested.
Yes,
Can you explain that to him? He's had 3 attempts.
Important
să o faci cum trebuie. Important să dai jumătate pe gură, jumătate pe nas. Înțelegi? Deci să le dai și lor o leacă. O leacă. Înțelegi? O leacă, frate. Știi? Le dai 10% lor, 90%
Păi, dar le dau orice, dacă nu poate să
You understand? Okay, nice deep breath, blowing.
Oricum te arestează,
Blow.
3 ori.
Keep going, keep going. Can you explain to him he's failed the test?
He's more than twice the drink drive limit, and he's immediately arrested.
Just sit there.
It's alright.
Just sit in the car.
It's alright. First toilet.
For toilets.
For pizza, yeah.
Not at the moment, no. You have to hold it.
I'm doing in
Just sit.
car.
Just sit.
Pizza.
Just sit on the seat.
The Rover driver's unhappy at how events are unravelling and wants concrete proof of who was driving.
The absence of any other evidence to put anyone else in that seat.
The evidence is witnesses that we saw him coming out the back of the car, and I saw him going over to his friend. We've got not just a case of drunken driving, we've got a case of no insurance drunken driving, and so I think that would be the simplest route that you take.
I'm not talking about the simplest route. What I'm talking about is the evidence that I've got.
No.
Want to pee, man?
You get arrested again. It says if he doesn't have a piece, he's going to pee in the back of the car.
The situation's getting tense, so Den checks with police cameras. Images are taken of the 120,000 cars that drive through the Dartford crossing each day.
I'm looking for the Mercedes. I'm looking for any images of the drivers that came through the DRC. We've got a dispute here over who was driving.
There's no clear image of who was at the wheel of the Mercedes, and the man must be assumed to be the driver. Whatever happened, the Rover driver knows he's had a lucky escape.
It's good that no one dies or seriously injured. In the case when there's drinking driving, it's really annoying that somebody's been so bloody stupid and just, you know, off with a bottle of tequila mid-afternoon getting pissed. You know, the poor bloke's got kids in the back. So, how they're traumatised.
1 in 6 deaths on Britain's roads are caused by drink drivers. This man won't be back behind the wheel today. He's off to the station.
You're under arrest.
Yes, I'm arrested, but don't do this.
He'll be breathalyzed again, and this time there'll be no cheating.
Once he's completed the evidential breath test procedure, he can have a pee for as long as he likes.
At the station, the man failed the second breath test and was charged with drink driving. He also failed to produce a valid driving licence. He was due to appear in court on both charges, but didn't show up. A warrant has been issued for his arrest. Early evening in Birmingham.
214 received, thank you.
On duty, biker paramedic Steve Harris. A 999's just come in. A young girl with asthma is fighting to breathe. Asthma affects more than 1 in 10 children. Untreated, it can be fatal. Steve needs to get there fast. It's a 3.5-mile dash, and he's there in 5 minutes.
Hello.
The girl's outside. A combination of fresh air and an inhaler would normally help, but she's struggling to breathe.
Let's have a quick listen. What's your name? How long's she been like this?
Not long.
Are you mum?
Yeah.
Okay. Go on.
But this is no ordinary asthma.
Brittle asthma patient, 2 previous respiratory arrests in hospital.
Brittle asthma is rare, unpredictable, intense and life-threatening. Destiny's already had 2 attacks which put her in hospital.
How old are you? 10.
Asthma puts more children in intensive care than anything else. Steve sets up a nebulizer with specialist drugs to try to keep her inflamed and constricted airways open.
Last few days, has she had like a cough?
No cough.
So this has just suddenly come on. There we go. Right, this one's a little bit big, this mask, all right? You hold your bag, eh?
An ambulance soon arrives. Steve needs to keep Destiny calm. If she panics, it could make the attack worse.
It's getting straight in the back of the ambulance. And you was at school today? No problem there? Just when you walked home, you started to have problems. We'll just get in the bed, save you walking. We don't want you to get out of breath. All right. Here we go. Up you come. There we go.
Destiny will be rushed to Birmingham's Children's Hospital.
The problem we have with asthma and children is they can deteriorate very, very quickly. They'll compensate quite well until they come to a point, and then it's like falling off a cliff. She will certainly require more medication to open up the airways. It may well be that she would be admitted to an ITU unit for a day or 2 just to make sure it doesn't develop any further, leading to respiratory distress and collapse.
Essex, and keeping a beady eye on the traffic in the village of Benfleet, PC Martin Ackers. He's laid up in a side road when he spots 2 men pull up in an old van 20 metres behind him. One gets out and starts to walk past. Ackers decides he'd like a bit of a chat.
Watch out, you alright? What are you up to today?
Work.
Work? Yeah. What are you doing?
Painting.
What?
Painting, scrap, everything.
Is that your van?
No.
It's not? So is that the owner of the van behind you, is it?
Yeah.
I see. What's he do then?
My friend.
He's your friend?
Yeah.
So what are you doing today?
Them move some scrap on tape.
Scrap?
Yeah.
Right. Okay then. All right. Thanks very much.
The mention of scrap pricks Ackers' curiosity. With metal prices at a record high, theft has doubled in the last 5 years to nearly 1,000 cases a week in the UK.
Hello there. You all right? Can you speak?
Sorry?
Can you speak, or are you too busy on your phone?
I'm too busy.
Well, you hurry with that, and then I'll speak to you.
First, Ackers checks the driver's credentials.
Is this you?
Yeah.
Yeah? That's insurance? Yeah?
My brother.
Yeah? You're not on it?
My brother, yeah.
You
Not on it.
Second.
No.
Yeah.
Persons or classes of persons entitled to drive, policy holder only. Your brother, so uninsured.
The van will be seized. Traffic cop PC Gary Winfield arrives as backup.
We take the van, I give you paperwork to show you how to get the van back. Yeah?
I'm live too far.
Sorry?
I'm live too far.
You live too far?
Yeah.
Well, I can't help that, can I?
Yeah, but...
But what?
I'm going the scrap. I'm no...
But he's uninsured.
It's too far for home, but I'm called the brother.
Well, I can't help that. You shouldn't be driving in the first place.
Brother here, he's coming here.
No, the vehicle's with me, mate. Don't work like that.
An issued ticket could add 6 points to his licence, a £200 fine and 150 quid to recover the van.
Why not put 1,000? Put me 1,000.
Here, look.
It's cheap.
150? Yes, it's cheap. Yeah.
Put me 1,000.
You give me £1,000?
Yeah, I give you 1,000. Put 1,000. Yeah. Give us the problem. 1,000 put it here.
1,000?
Yeah, 1,000 put here.
What, you want to pay us £1,000 to get your van back?
It's cheaper to get a taxi.
Oh, well, you'll learn that in a day.
It's 200.
Bloody hell.
150 stuffing.
Ackers wants to know what's in the back of the van. Scrap metal theft costs the UK economy £770 million a year.
Oh, right, you're just collecting scrap today, are you? Yeah? Well, you're going to take it down to scrap dealer and sell it? Yeah? That's all you're doing, isn't it?
Scrap.
Yeah, scrap, right.
Inside, there's a kettle, washing machine, and various bits of wire. But the cops are particularly interested in a pile of old electricity meters.
Another electricity meter. One there as well. I'm just getting inquiries made because, in my experience, electricity boards don't normally allow their meters to be scrapped. They usually take them back.
What is the problem?
Well, where have those meters come from?
I see there. I put in the car.
Rubbish bins.
Rubbish.
So like a wheelie bin, a little bit of bin, a tall bin, outside the house.
Ackers is trying to contact the electricity companies, but progress is slow, and the suspects have other worries. How to get home, 25 miles away.
Give them the Dagenham place.
A lift? Can I what? A lift?
Yeah.
We don't work outside Essex. I'm not going to drive you all the way up there.
Dagenham is metropolitan.
No, I'm telling you, I know there's only 6 pounds. There is no one.
We're not obliged to do that.
If I walk, I go like this.
If you walk, 25, 3 mile an hour, 3 8's 24, 9 hours.
It'll be dark.
That's not far, is it?
Oh, what is it?
Got good boots on. Boots are made for walking. He's got joggers on, so he'll be 4.5 hours.
But it's not possible, my wife, not possible.
I don't want to know about that. I don't want to know about that.
Before any more personal details are revealed, the recovery truck arrives to take the van away. It's still unclear whether the meters are stolen, and so the men are free to leave.
You may go. You may go.
The inquiries into the electricity meters are ongoing. We're having great problems on the telephone at the moment through the electricity companies to find out exactly what's going on with them. So we've got all of his details, so if necessary we can follow those up at a later date. See you now then, bye!
No sooner are the men on their way, the news comes through.
The electricity meters which were in the back of this transit van were actually at a property in a trailer. The engineer was there, from what I understand. They certainly haven't given any permission for these two lads to take the meters away.
The men have been spotted half a mile away from where they were stopped.
There you go.
Ackers and Gary move in to intercept.
You have stolen from someone's house this morning. Where you took them from, you're not allowed to. So you're under arrest. Suspicion of theft.
Suspicion of theft, bloke.
But there's no stolen.
Not obliged to say anything, but it may have defence. Don't mention my questions. Something you later rely on a court. Anything you say may be given evidence.
Do you understand what I said to you?
Okay.
Sir, there's no stolen. Believe me, there's no stolen.
The QT11, we've just gone code 32 with 2 for
Me, I
theft.
help the children. I'm not stolen.
What's that got to do with stolen meters?
Me, I'm not stolen. Bring the people here. If I speak the people, I stole it.
What's happening, before you go on anymore, I'm not going to talk about the offence. I'm not allowed to talk about the offence apart from the fact you're under arrest for suspicion of it. You will be spoken to about it in interviews.
Yes,
okay?
but I want to go
And that is it.
I show you what, how I buy the car for one.
Like I say, not allowed to discuss the matter here, okay? You've been told you're under arrest. You can plead as much as you like. I'm going to ignore it, all right? You're under arrest. End of story for the time being.
But the guy...
No buts.
The guy who...
No buts. End of story.
Okay.
Thank you. Right, come on then. Bit scruffy, perhaps. Bit scruffy, but 2 in custody.
The van driver pleaded guilty to the theft of the meters and was fined £180 and £100 costs. His companion failed to appear and is now a wanted man. Birmingham. And the biker squad's newest recruit, Steve Cooper, is meeting the man whose boots he's filling. Barry Rudge.
Hello, Baz.
How are you, mate?
How you doing, all right?
Yeah, I'm fine, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you.
You have a good time on the bikes?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Go on, go and show you down to the garage.
After 13 years in the saddle, Barry had to retire from the ambulance service for medical reasons, but he still loves bikes.
Welcome to my little abode now, eh?
Are you enjoying being retired? Do you miss being at work?
I do miss the job. I really do miss the job. I just couldn't handle a heavy bike now because obviously with the arthritis, my wrists, my fingers and my ankles. I miss the banter with Mark and Steve, in all honesty. I mean, they're a right pair of them in idiots at sometimes. And clowns, especially Mark. But
I hadn't noticed.
No, I bet you haven't. I've seen the pictures of your bike with the broomsticks up the back.
When I started and saw you guys riding around on the bike, and I thought, wow, you know, that's a brilliant job. Didn't think I'd ever get a chance to, you know, to finally get on there.
You're a biker, and you're a paramedic, and you love the job. There's no better part in the service.
I mean, I've been saying, people have been asking, how are you getting on? And I'm just like, well, I'm absolutely loving it. You know, I'm riding around with a big grin on my face. People must think I'm absolutely nuts. Is there any tips that you could give me, do you think?
Don't think about the job you're going to. Concentrate on your ride all the way there. Slow in and fast out of all the corners. That's the easiest thing I could say.
I have found that in that I am just concentrating on riding to the job, not thinking about what I'm going to, even if I know what it is.
I'm just glad that somebody I like has actually taken my bike over. You've got to look after it.
I will, I'll look after it.
Soon enough, Steve must put Barry's advice into practice. A workman's collapsed in agony on a building site. There's 3 miles of rush hour traffic between Steve and the man. He needs to get there fast. On his bike, he can quickly maneuver through the traffic and arrives in just over 5.5 minutes.
What's happening? Right, guys. Right, chaps. Alright. Hello, mate. How you doing? What's the problem? You got some pains in your chest? Does it just come on suddenly? Yeah. What were you doing when it started?
Nothing.
Just point to where it is for me. What's your name? Sean. Okay, Sean. Ever had this pain before, mate? No.
This could be a heart attack. An ECG will trace every electrical activity in Sean's heart.
And what's the nature of the pain? Is it sharp or burning or squeezing?
Sharp pain.
Sharp pain. Okay, mate. Were you working away? Were you like lifting anything or?
The guys are gone, mate. We're just finishing. He was just walking out here.
And it literally just came on.
Just come on and he fell against the back of the shed here. Then.
Okay. I know it's easy for me to say, but as still as you can, just for a second while we get this trace off. From what I can see on your heart trace looks okay. Do you go to the gym? You been to the gym the weekend or anything like that?
More chance of eating, Jim.
Poor Jim. Cheers, mate. Okay. You ever had gas and air, mate? No? Some gas and air for you to try. For the pain, ease the pain off? You sure you don't want any pain relief?
No.
We'll get you straight on the stretcher then, mate.
With a heart attack unlikely and Sean still in agony, Steve must consider what else it could be. He wants to get Sean onto the back of the ambulance for more checks.
What score would you give it out of 10 now, mate? 10's the worst pain you've ever had.
When it comes. Oh, God. It's a good.
Okay. As still as you can, mate, please.
A second ECG comes up clear.
Don't be personal, you don't take any steroids or anything like that?
No, mate.
That's all right, I just want to test because you're obviously a big fella, like. Because you've had chest pains, I'd like to get you checked. Our local hospital. Obviously can't leave you like this to go home. Any chest pains we like to get assessed properly at hospital anyway. Let me know if you want some pain relief, alright? We can give you some gas and air. You sure you don't want to try any?
I'm all right.
Okay.
Sean's chest pain could be caused by anything from a muscle tear to life-threatening blood clots.
It's discomfort.
His condition could deteriorate at any moment, so Steve will stay on board the ambulance for the journey to hospital.
Just do some breath. Okay. All right. Does it hurt it when you do that? Yeah.
Shooting under, look. Okay. Shooting under.
Painful there when I'm pressing. Okay, mate. I'm not going to mess with you anymore, all right?
The rush hour traffic's clearing as they race across town.
With a cardiac event, you're expecting to be pale, really. Perhaps he'd pulled a muscle between one of his ribs as he's been working. The fact that it was more painful when he was breathing in and out. Obviously, as your chest expands, the muscles move, and it was painful to touch. But obviously, with the chest pain, can't be too careful. We always like to treat for the worst case scenario and then work backwards.
Despite his agony, Sean's still keeping his spirits up.
You're a rugby player, Sean?
No, them days are gone, man. I think I could really change now.
A nice chap, he got a good sense of humour even though he was in pain, but then he'd start laughing and it caused the pain to get worse. Fortunately, I'm not too funny, so I didn't have too much trouble.
Steve's got Sean safely to hospital, but for all the laughter en route, now they'll find out just what the problem is. Birmingham, a late autumn afternoon. A 999's come in from a lady who's fallen at home. En route, biker paramedic Mark Hayes. As he arrives, Mark receives an update. The patient's diabetic and has also been to hospital this morning for kidney dialysis.
Hello, ambulance. You're right. Hello. Hello down there. So what's your name, pet?
Marjorie.
Marjorie. So how you feeling down there?
I'm thinking, oh, you're going to get me up.
Oh, I've had 3 Weetabix for breakfast. I'll be all right. So you not got any pain anywhere? No, we need to get you up then.
I'm scared to get up.
You're scared? Why?
I don't know.
I'm not that bad.
Marjorie had just been checked over by the community nurse when she slipped off the sofa.
You're all right. So you can move everything okay? Give your feet a little bit of a move for me.
What's that?
That's my leg. Steady on. Easy, tiger.
I thought it was a chair.
No, it's not that big. Huh?
I'm sorry.
It's all right, pet. Don't worry.
Fellow biker paramedic Steve Cooper arrives to help.
All right. If you have any pain or we hurt you in any way, please tell us and we'll stop. All right. You all right with that? Yeah? Okay. 1, 2, 3, and up. And push back. Keep coming backwards. Keep coming. Keep coming. Bit more, my darling. There we go. Right. How do you feel now you've moved? A lot better. Do you want some pillows behind your back? You sure? We'll give you a couple of minutes just to get your breath back.
Breathlessness often accompanies kidney disease, which affects 40% of diabetics and is incurable.
It's hurt like I'm doing all the work.
Like you're doing all the work?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny, my colleagues say that about me.
Every day, the ranks of diabetics are swelled by 400 people.
The oxygen saturation is actually up to 96% now. That's excellent.
Normal blood sugar levels are between 4 and 7. In diabetics, they go haywire.
Have you had your blood sugar checked today?
Yeah, up the top.
Okay, what was it?
It was 9 when I was coming out.
Okay, well, I'll check that again for you.
Having a sweet tooth doesn't help.
Okay. How do you feel now you've had a chance to rest a bit?
All right.
Do you feel back to normal?
I had a fairy cake.
You had a fairy cake?
Yeah.
Did you? You're pre-warning me for when I do your blood sugar, yeah? So I was getting told off. Is that why? That the reason you're telling us? Huh?
Oh, I must speak the truth.
You don't like your blood sugar being done?
No.
Don't you?
No.
Oh, bless. I'll be gentle. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. It wasn't that bad. 15.9. It's a bit high, isn't it?
It's the cakes.
It's the cakes. How many cakes did you have?
2.
2?
2 little ones.
2 little ones.
Okay. Poor eyesight is another complication.
I can't see that well.
Yeah.
That's why I keep staring at you.
Don't worry. I don't mind.
Have you got a pretty face?
Have I got a what?
A pretty face.
A pretty face? Depends who you ask.
Marjorie's evening insulin injection will reverse her fairy cake sugar rush. But Mark wants to be sure she's well enough to be left at home.
Come on, Marjorie, come on. Ooh. 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 All right, do our knees.
You okay? Need to turn a little bit. There we go.
Thank you.
All right. Do you want to go to hospital?
When?
No.
What for?
I need to check that you're okay and that you are fit and feel as you normally feel. Are you happy to remain at home?
Oh, I didn't fall, I had worse.
Okay. Take care, my darling.
Yeah.
You take care.
I will.
Be careful getting out that seat.
All right.
I can do these jobs day in, day out. The lady was, you know, really happy to see us, cracking sense of humour. See ya, bye.
Bye.
Bless. It's not rocket science, there's nothing hard about what we've just done. It's about being reassuring, people skills, being able to talk to the patient and, you know, putting her at ease and just making sure she's okay. And that's what we've done. And, yeah, please as punch.
Destiny's asthma was stabilised in hospital and she was kept in overnight. She's now attending regular monthly checkups. Mark's broken ankle was operated on and is now held together by a 3-inch metal plate and 6 pins. He was off work for 6 weeks. Extensive hospital tests revealed Sean's agonising chest pains were caused by a trapped nerve. And for Marjorie, it's best to keep clear of the fairy cakes.
All right.
Next time on Emergency Bikers. Agonising mystery pains. A man's in trouble on a bus.
Blood pressure's really, really low.
And a dumped car causes chaos.
This, sat into that lane, is a liability. You're just going to get a massive accident.